Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we'll be doing another SEO audit for New England Heating and Cooling. I apologize if I haven't been uploading, I haven't been uploading it as much as I should really. I've been traveling for the past 5 months. I've been away in Australia, but I'm back now in the UK and I want to continue developing videos. Obviously I do have, a lot more videos ready to go. A lot more clients that are applying for the SEO audit form, which if you want an SEO audit, just click the link below. I do have a small list of people that are requesting those SEO audits and I haven't got around to them yet, but over the next few weeks I will be uploading more and more videos covering auditing their sites, and you guys can learn from this and you guys can just note a few tips down on how you can improve your websites if you are like a small business owner, or if you just build websites for a living, whatever it may be. I just enjoy the process of going through a site, highlighting different areas that they can improve upon, and then providing a report, like a structured report on different areas that need to be fixed. And then you can then give this report to the client and offer a list of deliverables that you can then charge a fee for, right? Although in this video today, I'm not really going to be going through each and every step by step factor inside of my SEO audit sheet here. I'm just going to be I'm going to be going over a few of them, but today I'm just going to be generally going over the site, actually just looking at the different areas that I would improve just by looking at the website itself. And this can be certain factors that can affect the SEO, that can affect the general conversion rate optimization, right? So how would I change a certain design in a certain way, or would I change language in a certain way, which in my mind would increase the likelihood of a browser becoming a buyer, right? So so that's what I'll be doing today. We'll just be going through the site, highlighting different areas that I would adjust. Right off the bat, if we were to look at this header right here, there are certain things that I would adjust just by, just even the design itself, right? This header is, if we think about the above the fold, right? This header is taking up a huge chunk of the above the fold section, which what I mean by that is the above the fold is the first piece of content that a user sees when they land on your website. So you really want to grab their attention when they land on the site. They want to you want to have an offer, you want to have a call to action, and you want to have a reason for them to continue going through your website, looking at different services, and then booking an appointment or whatever it may be. So right off the bat, I would have made this header much smaller, to be honest. And to go down, if we were to really look at just the general outline of this site, in my mind, there's a lot of, I'm not a big fan of, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not a big fan of this site at all, really. There's so much space that could be utilized that isn't being utilized, and just the placement is all wrong. This site is built with Duda, by the way, so this would be very easy to adjust usually, if you are a specialist in Duda. It's not like WordPress and things like that. You could easily just adjust the template and things like that. As opposed to having to do any sort of code or anything like that, or programming, right? So as we scroll down, there's a lot of information. This part specifically, there's lots of information to process. For example, this, where am I looking? Where am I going to look first, really, in my mind? I would have it just, very simple, clear text information. Like I see this, I see the title, I see the text below, but then when I come to this, I'm kind of a bit sort of startled about which section am I really looking at, which section am I really taking in. Okay, this coupon is here. That's great, but it's expired. Surely that should be removed. If it's expired, it's it's not providing any value. The business hours just chucked in there. General outline of the site, there's just quite a bit going on. and we haven't really utilized the space enough. So, in my mind, this would maybe startle customers or browsers when they're looking at the site. Where am I going to look? Is it there's too much information being provided at once? Okay. One thing that's part of the SEO audit form, and if you'd like a copy of this, just join my Facebook group, you'll be able to get it in there, is the 2 call to actions, 1 free and 1 paid opt-in. When I go onto this website here, right, so I'm going on a desktop, I'm on a desktop computer, as you can see. Pretty much if I click call us, okay, we've got the phone number. I mean, it's cut off there, which is nice. I like the fact that you can click that and it doesn't come up with like a FaceTime option, which is what usually happens if you click on a phone number on your desktop computer, which you wouldn't really want to FaceTime the client. To be honest, we've got call us, email us. I don't know about those kind of I've just left here. Let's just go back. I'm not really sure about those call to actions. Like, in my mind, I would have something like, if you want, one of the ways you can figure out what call to action, what sort of offer you want to provide, is look at your competitors as well. Look at who's in the area. So if I was to type up, New England Heating and Cooling, I mean, that is the business name, but if I was to type up, here we go, New England Heating and Cooling, let's just see this guy. They've got request a free estimate, so that's a free offer that they're providing. So you've got the phone number there. You have to click to make it, but you can whip out your phone and just call that number. But I like the fact that they've got the request a free estimate. I would have something like that in place with the form as well. So if we were to apply that, so instead of just call us, request some sort of free quote estimate, that's where I'd take that. And then also have, maybe I wouldn't have the option email us, I'd just keep it as call us, and not even a call us button. I'd have a call us button in mobile, because if a user was to click that in mobile, it would then call from their mobile phone. But I would have something like request a free estimate, and then just have your phone number as like just written like that, so someone can whip out their phone and just call the number from the desktop, right? So that's the 2 sort of call to actions that I'd adjust. Okay, so then we've got the title down here, very tiny kind of writing, not really providing much value, and then it's got these kind of images over them, which it doesn't really stand out at all to me. Like, I look at that and it's, I didn't really notice I was writing there until I really looked at this specific section. This stands out to me, 24-hour heating and conditioning repair, but if we're thinking about the above the fold, it's not really showing, is it? So if you were to use a tool where you could see, which I've used before, like Hotjar, where you can actually see, you can record what people are doing on the site, you'll probably see that most people land on the front page, they don't really scroll down, they'll either leave, which in most cases they do, or they'll click through to the different the pages on here, right? What you want to do is you want to grab them instantly, and I would move this title upwards, and then move these down, and then maybe have these up above the fold as well, because it's quite nice to have. Repair guarantee, 24 hours, these are nice, but you just want to have that information there as soon as they land on the page, right? Okay. So then we move on to just looking at these. One thing that you want to have with these pages from an SEO perspective is to have a service page, is to have a page for each service that you provide, right? So you want to have a page for oil, heat, repair and install. You want to have a page for heat pump repair, because these can all rank individually on Google, right? So if someone's searching that up in the local area, your service page will show. The same for these different locations, and as I can see, it does have, well, I assume these are all, are these locations? Oh no, sorry, these are brands. I mean, they're just different links to, the brand websites, which is fair enough. I mean, not really that relevant. Well, it might be, but to the industry. But if we're talking, SEO purposes, and like if we're talking SEO purposes, I would have a page for all of these different services. Okay, and then I'd also, just off the bat, because I said it by mistake earlier, but in my mind this is something you should also have, if he services multiple locations, right, which I assume he does, I would have location pages, right? So I would have, so we would go, so 24 outside this area, we would travel outside this area. So I would have location pages for all the different small areas inside of this box, right? And these will be for all of your just main keywords, right? You know, because you don't want to be writing location pages for every single service that you offer, right? You want to make, you know, the money keywords, right? The keywords that really, you know, the services that make the most money, your cash cow, right? In other words, so I'd have different location pages for these. And what I mean by a location page is something like a good example would be, let's say we go, there's a big safe company near me, safe underfloor safes. London, let's just say that. I think they're called London Safes, right? So this is just an idea of who I'm talking about. So these guys, they have, I mean, it's not really the exact way I would do it, but it's just an idea of what you can do. So they've done Safes North London, and then they've got a service page for Safes North London, and then, I mean, this is crazy to be honest, but they've got all of these different digital safes, small safes, like tons and tons of. This is not what I would recommend, but you want to kind of take that and then do it in the right way, okay? Because this is just crazy. Like half of these keywords people don't really search up, but like if you were to search this up, so if we got safes in London, digital safes Beckenham, right? If I was to type this in, he's ranking on the first page. I mean, could be doing better. Wait 1 second, let me just change this. Okay, what's that? Okay, let's just try another example for you. Let's just try something a bit more competitive. Let's say we've got insurance of proof safes in the City of London, right? Let's just punch this keyword in. And this is what I mean by a location page, right? Here we go. So he's ranking top there, and what he's done is he's created a specific page which will be ranking for that specific location, which will be targeting that specific location, right? So you've got, you know, digital safes North London, biometric safes Essex, right, and so on, and then those that were areas in there. You can go really hard on this. I mean, this is what he's clearly done, but I would just do it just simple, just a couple of pages, you know, for different locations that you want to target in your local area, right? And just see how they perform, okay? And you don't have to put, well, you can, what you can do, you can set this up in a way where you have like another navigation button in here, and you just say service locations or locations, and then it'll have like a long drop down of all the different locations that you service, or, you know, a small drop down maybe, but depends how hard you want to go at it. But that was something that I would do, and I've done this before for different plumbers, different, you know, HVAC, different people like that, and it seemed to work quite well for them. This is when I was working in an agency, but yeah, so that is one idea that I would just chuck in there if it was me. We've got you know, map in there, contact us. I mean, this form could probably be put all the way up here. Like, I would, you know, really adjust this homepage because it does need adjusting. There's lots of different things that we can, I mean, I would completely redo this site, to be honest, if it was up to me, but obviously it's all about budgets and things. But there are certain things that you can adjust just by, you know, say for example, some of these pages in here, I assume these are specific keywords that he'd like to rank for in the local area. Gas boiler installation. What I can, for example, this page here, I'm not really sure what the ranking is like, but I mean, there's lots of, just to start off with, you know, the URL structure up here. You can adjust the, don't know what happened there. You can adjust this URL structure. You could have something like, so for example, the safe company that I just showed you does safes in London, and then it does insurance approved safes in City of London, right? So you could do something similar. You could do something like, New England services, right? Or New England services, and then you could do gas boiler installation, Weymouth, right? Which is where I believe Weymouth, I think, and that instantly adds some keywords or get some keywords involved and categorizes the page, right? Which is what Google likes to see. And what I mean by that is categorizing the pages under New England services, and then you have your other, and then you have gas boiler, and then I would do something like, so you see all these 4 pages here. I'd have like just a general just say gas boilers, right? And then it would go into gas furnace repair, gas furnace installation, gas boiler repair. And I'll give you an example of how this looks on one of my clients' sites. Not the completely different niche, but if I was to go onto his learning center drop down here, we've got how does TMS work, and then we've got other conditions treated with TMS, and then we've got TMS for PTSD. And we click on this and it goes Learning Center, TMS therapy for PTSD, right? So what I'm doing is I'm categorizing the pages. So I scroll down, we've got TMS comparisons, and we've got TMS versus ECT, TMS versus medication, and what are the latest types of TMS, right? So that's just another thing that you can just chuck in there. I mean, there's lots we can set up, and this is in the SEO audit page down, categorize URL structure, right? And then as I move on, we've got, just by looking at this page, gas boiler installation, we could chuck a location in there. We could add a location keyword. Okay, we've got high efficient, fair enough. And we've got a photo, which is good. We've got a small amount of content. I don't know if this is really going to be doing much for him, this piece of content. We're not sure. We can have a look. Gas boiler installation, let's just try. I think it might be doing all right depending on the competition. Let's just say Weymouth MA. Let's see where we are. So we're down here, right? So there are a few little areas that we can improve upon. One of the main the 2 pillars of SEO are backlinks and content. Let's just start with content, right? If we could just add some more optimized content in there, we could start seeing those rankings increase, right? And some, what I mean by optimized content is keywords, right? Adding keywords, answering some more questions. How does a gas boiler work? What's involved? What happens if it breaks? I don't know. Different questions, right? Okay, and the way you can find this out is usually by just looking at your competitors, right? You can just boiler installation repair services in Weymouth, right? Let's just have a look here. So this is just another company, I believe. I'm hoping it's not like a directory. Let's just try a different company. Actually, let's just go Blue Bear Plumbing. Okay, here we go. Okay, right, so boom, we've got a offer and we've got a form. Good example, right? Boiler installation repair in Weymouth, right? So instantly we've got we've got a call to action, so people can easily fill in their details, book an appointment, and then we've got like an incentive. We've got a discount code, or not discount code, a coupon, and then we've got the keyword in here. And then as we scroll down, we've got a good amount of content. Look at this, brilliant. This is lovely. I love this page. Really nice, really nicely designed site as well. We've got a chat with us, request service, and then he's got the keyword in place. Have we got any internal links? We've got trusted boiler installation. We've got some more content, some good points to kind of help break up the content and make it easy to read, right? Increasing the likelihood of a client booking a service with them, because they can see more reviews. All this stuff is brilliant to have on your site, especially a service page as well when people are visiting. We've got forms, great stuff. So this is how if I was going to be conducting some SEO for a client, or developing a website, I'd be looking at the different competition in the area and the people that are ranking for different keywords, right? And I'll be like, how can I, what are they doing? Okay, what can we do? If you're just taking it, changing it, how can we, take what they're doing? Clearly, Google is rewarding this website and taking it up to, number 3, which is pretty decent, right, for that keyword. So how can we take that and, again, like as I mentioned up here, boiler installation, Weymouth, MA. So they've got the keyword in the URL structure as well. So lovely stuff. Okay. And that's what we want to do. We want to take that and see how we can apply it to our own service page. So let's head back to here, and you can just see, you can then just put, you can then just sort of piece together what you'll be able to do. You can start identifying these different areas that other competitors in your local area are doing, and then you can take that and apply it to your own. If you want to do this in a bit more of a structured format, and you have a lot of clients and things like that, or you want to do it based on, you just want to have a tool to analyze all this information and do it for you, I would recommend using, and I'm not affiliated with this company, it's just a business that it's just a platform that I use called Phrase. What they do is they take all the information from Google search, just like what we just did there, but from a kind of a machine standpoint. What it will do is it will just take from, take all the information from all the listings. It will take all the people also ask questions, which is what I really like. So what they'll have is they'll give you ideas for content to write. So if I was to type up gas boiler installation, let's just take that. They'll give you kind of people also ask. So it gives you an idea of what to write in terms of content and what Google is ranking for, what people are asking based around this topic. People also ask is great. They'll take that from and put it into your dashboard inside of Phrase. They'll give you a score. They'll give you the different keywords that you should be including, all that good stuff, right? So I'd recommend using Phrase if you want to take it to the next level. I'd also use something called, which is a free tool, People Also Ask, which is, People Also Ask. Here we go. Also Asked. Oh, right. Let's change the name. I believe this is the one. Yeah, should be the one. May have changed the layout. I don't know. And then you type in, gas boiler installation. And you go, I'm just do it in the United Kingdom. So then we have lots of free. So you've got 2 free searches, right? So they have changed it slightly, I believe. You might have to start paying for it, but from when I used to use it, they didn't. I might be using a different one. People Also Ask. Yeah, that must be it, I guess. Maybe. Oh no, Answer the Public. Sorry, apologies. Been using the wrong keyword. No, Answer the Public, right? That's the one. So what you want to type up is gas boiler installation, which is the free version. Okay, this is free, I believe. Yeah, and you can just check out what people are asking. All the different, and this gives you an idea of what to write as well, which is nice. So to continue on, we've already covered a lot here already. Let's just see how we're doing for time. Okay, we're on 23. But yeah, I mean, that's just an overall, if you're looking at your website and you want to, if someone's offered you, given you the website and said, what can I do? Here are just some top tips that you want to look for. Take this video, take some of my, advice, and just take a look at their website and just see if there's anything that you start identifying instantly that you can make improvements on from an SEO perspective, from a usability perspective, from a design perspective, all these different things, right? But overall, if I was to look at their, Google My Business, if we were going to take it down that route, look at that, 55 reviews, which is brilliant. They've used the products feature in here, which is nice, which a lot of companies I don't really notice using. They use the products as like to showcase their different services, which is lovely. Got some questions in here which they haven't answered, I don't believe. Oh, okay, well, that's not working. Just so I mean, you want to be answering these. We've got, reviews from the web. Okay, brilliant. He's posting. I mean, need to update some more posts. That was in March, but continually keep on posting and updating what you're doing. But overall, I think they've got some good independent reviews. This is lovely to see. So we've got Yelp, Facebook, all these different ones, and I mean, brilliant. BB, Better Business Bureau. These are all brilliant, and people, when they're researching a company, will, they'll look at your independent reviews as opposed to your own website reviews as well. They want to see what people are saying about you, because obviously you can have the best reviews on your website, right? You don't want to put bad reviews, are you? So, in my mind, there's a good way of actually showing, providing trust, and having, like, on your website, not all 5-star reviews, maybe having some 3-star reviews, maybe having some 4-star reviews, or maybe having a review where it went bad and then you resolve the situation, right? Having that on your website is really beneficial as well. Like, it shows that, you're not just, cause sometimes it can be quite misleading if you have just constantly 5-star reviews. I mean, if you are that good, then I guess, well, maybe you'll have all 5-star reviews. But if you have a few, 4 stars, a few 3 stars, put them on your website. And if, and they're not too, and you resolve the situation and things like that, stick them on the website, right? Okay, well, I think that's everything for today. I would have gone through the whole SEO audit, but I'm going to send this over to the client and just see what he thinks. But thank you very much. If you would like one of these SEO audits, or me to just run through your website and just give a few pointers and improvements, please fill in the form below. I really love doing them, and they provide me with good content to put on the YouTube channel, and people love to see them. So thank you very much, guys, and I will see you later. Cheers.